Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you in my Tier 9 non-premium US battleship, the Mighty Iowa. Now, my captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Adrenaline Rush, Basics of Survivability, Superintendent, Advanced Fire Training, and Concealment. Now, my modules will be Protect My Main Batteries, Longer Shooting AA, American Accuracy, DAMCOM 1 and 2, and more Concealment. Now, this is the special Captain John Doe, or he was known as Mr. Stefan Seagal. This guy pulls, well, triple duty. He usually goes in the Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas Beta, any of my premium battleships I will kind of throw him in. But those are the three main ships that I do put him in. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did I keep my Iowa if I have a Missouri? Missouri's just better. Well, yes and no. They're two different ships, and just because the Missouri has God tier credit making and radar, doesn't mean that the Iowa is lacking in anything. The Iowa actually has slightly better AA. It gets like one more 40 millimeter quadruple Bofors, and its AA actually does just slightly better damage per second. I don't want to go into all those numbers, but the Iowa does have slightly better AA, but it doesn't mean that the Missouri is lacking in that department. Usually, if it's a carrier heavy weekend, or I don't want to deal with the carrier, I'll play the Iowa a little bit more than the Missouri. The Iowa will always hold a special place in my heart, as I'm going to take shots in on this Tier 9 US DD Farragut as I do a nice 5400 to him. I bet you he's going to be writing wargaming about Battleship AP, but you know what? At the same token, you got caught out in the open, and you know what? Your torpedoes can pretty much delete every single ship in the game. So, turnaround is fair play, if you ask me, when it comes to battleship AP versus destroyers. Now, as you can see, we're on tiers of the players. We're on everybody's favorite game mode, Epicenter. I'm going to take a shot in on the shimmy. And we're actually, I don't know where those shots went. I might have been looking at this out, might have been looking at the shimmy. I don't know. But I still do love playing my Iowa, and it's been a while since we've seen an Iowa replay. Barely miss hitting the shimmy, and God knows he probably took a shell for me. Zal showing me broadside, might as well shoot at him. I notice he is turning away, so I do aim up a little bit, but I didn't aim high enough. Now, I'm not a big fan of bow reverse tanking damage. I believe staying mobile is a better option, but with the guys at North actually going to be coming into having range on me, reversing here in this situation allows me to pretty much angle against a lot of the ships. Those guys will be shooting at distance on me, while everything in front of me, well, is just shooting at my bow. The only guy I need to worry about, well, is really the shimmy and the Musashi. But if I do angle up a little bit even to him, I can bounce some of his shells. Stupid. Shimmy goes dark. Won't be able to take a shot at him. But as you can see, even when I am reversing, I am trying to change direction. I'm not just going in a straight line. I am trying to stay angled up. Taking shots in at the rune. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up enough speed for what I had calculated. The best thing to do for German cruisers is you can citadel them at range. So while I'm reversing, it is giving more distance to me. I noticed the Musashi showing me broadside, and it would be rude of me not to try to give him a paddle in. as I give him a nice 20,000, and I do believe the Yamato next to me also whacked him for a good bit. Now, if you notice, there's the Bismarck and the Zao going off to the side. Looks like the Musashi Missouri are going to start running. I don't know why the rune is reversing. I didn't aim high enough. I actually aimed for these coming waterline, which is incorrect. But as you can see, this guy is kind of turning a little bit too. Now I feel like I've backed up far enough, and it's time to start motoring forward. Those guys, the Musashi Missouri, look like they're having other problems. Looks like they're actually set up for the cross shots for the guys on the 1-2 line. The shimmy pops up just as I noticed that the shimmy just popped up as I took my shots in on the rune, who decides, screw this, I'm out of here also. Now, we can't exactly just go full steam barreling down after the Musashi Missouri because we still have the Zao and Bismarck to our on the 9-10 line. But as long as I can keep a couple islands, even some distance away from these guys, I should be safe to angle a little bit a little bit more against the Bismarck and Zao. As I got a nice 10k salvo on the rune, I kind of wished I'd gotten a Citadel, but you know what, this guy is really starting to irk me, which is why I'm paying a little bit more attention to him. I am waiting for him to start his turn before I take the shot, to hopefully have a couple of these shells come down right on him. But if I really want to start going after some of these ships and punishing people, I need to deal with the Bismarck and the Zao. Now, as you can see, the Yamato has been actively fighting these guys, so you know what, might as well help help each other out and focus fire, take something out. The Zao is doing the turn of death as I get a Citadel, killed his engine and his ship, all with the same salvo. And this is what I'm saying about this rune. It's really just been irking me, slinging his overpowered German high explosives at me, and yes, it will always be overpowered my eyes because they get IFHE for free with none of the downside. The Bismarck is kind of making the right call. Everybody left him high and dry. His best bet kind of is, he really has two options here. Sorry about that, guys. He has two options. He could have turned earlier and kited us, or screw it, just push right into us. Now I'm starting to show this guy a little bit too much side, but as I can see, he's not paying attention to me. That is a new shiny ship, and that's what looks like this guy is paying attention to. The other thing I noticed that is both of his secondaries are going, are shooting as I completely whiff on that shot, which means this guy does not have manual secondaries. He may have some sort of secondary build, but he will not be getting any big accuracy buff to them. As I go full broadside to this guy, because like I said, I notice he's not paying attention. Here comes the Yami shells. Here come in my shells. Yami whacks him good, and my shells come in to finish him off. Now, our shimmy in front of us, you know what? My hats off to him. He's active in chat. He's been screening for us, even though all the DDs are now dead. He really hasn't ventured too far away from us, which is kind of nice if there are destroyers around. But he was helping us take care of the Bismarck. He let us know that his damn comm was down, and then if one of us wanted to switch to HE and burn him, well, we could. As I get a nice Citadel on the rune that went dark and kind of took those blind shots. I'm looking on the Musashi to maybe finish off this guy. He dies. Look at the Moskva. waiting for him to make a turn because there ain't nothing sweeter than a broadside Moskva, especially when you're in a battleship, because it just feels like justice. When you do manage to get the citadels instead of 2 overpens and a pen, and God knows what, I penetrated, probably hit one of his turrets. Now, the reason I kind of was looking at the guys in the center is because, well, they were threatening the center, and because, well, the rune is running away from us. Zath asked me to ignore him. I'm like, but this guy's really pissing me off. He goes, and that's exactly why you should be ignoring him. Get your thoughts together. Refocus your intentions. Now, luckily, I kind of still had my guns facing the juicy Russian broadside of no armor. And my God, I got American dispersion as boom goes the Moskva. Now, this could have been another thing why the Shimmy was playing close to us, because of radar. We had a center cap, and really all we need is just one cap. They are forced to go to center. While this may look like an easy cleanup, it is not. Their battleships are fairly healthy. I have 1 heal left. I'm just over half-ish with my health, and we do have a rune who has been just harassing the Yamato and myself. We have the advantage with the Shimmy. As long as this guy doesn't get in close enough for anybody to spot him, we should easily just win this game. There's no point in being a hero and throwing your ship away at the end of the game in a situation like this. Now, of course, the Montana is going to do the second thing that kind of pisses me off when it comes down to stuff. But, you know, all sass, reverse bow tanking. This is not the time for it. Now is the time where you need to put up or shut up, as they say. You need to go in. You just need to hit W, pray for the best. As I'm turning my guns to deal with this damn rune that's been outright pissing me off all game, is Yamato comes in as my hero and just says, you know what, rune, screw you. You've been pissing off my Iowa friend. Or at least that's how the story played out in my head during the game. I usually do prefer my theories and my stories a little bit more. Well, I was looking at you know, should I shoot the Alsace? Should I shoot the Missouri? What's the Montana doing? But the only one who was really putting up and just saying, you know what, guys, we need to go in. We need to start trading some of our health is the Missouri. The Alsace is slow playing it for whatever reason. While there may be a DD out there, dangerous, you know what, if you don't do something, you're not going to win. And slow playing it is not going to be the answer. Well, several of us battleships may be low health. We still do have a couple healthy ships. But it will take a while for our AG spammers to burn down the enemy ships. As I overshot, but my 1 pen, I suspect, hit a gun. Really didn't do anything, but I'm showing this guy full broadside. But his attention was on our Yamato buddy. His attention now is on me, but I had plenty of time to turn up, be angled, and he knocks out one of my turrets. Now, I don't know what the hell that salvo did, but the reason I hit my repair party is because I saw... I didn't want anything to hit my gun to outright break it, as I get a citadel under the front gun. Now, if you do not know, when your turret is red like that, if it gets hit again, it's destroyed. Most of the time, I will not hit the R just to fix a turret if I know it's a battleship shooting at me. It will fix itself before most battleships are reloaded. The reason I hit R there is because I didn't know what the Montana was doing. Better be safe than sorry. My turret can get knocked out 3 times in a game. As long as it is not red when it gets hit, you can continue to kind of get knocked out. Now, if anybody paid attention to the wargaming video about, how some of these game mechanics work, you can see that turrets do have some sort of health pool. I highly recommend you go check out that video because it kind of does explain some of the stuff that they have access to that none of us do. Now I get a little niffed at this Montana because, like I said, now's not the time for this. The HE spammers are just going to burn your ass to the ground, and there's really not much you can do. You're not getting very much experience just by sitting there. You would have been better off coming out and fighting instead of just trying to survive. But of course, I failed to get my Kraken. We win the game, and now we're going to check out the post-battle results. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. The reason I did pick the Iowa was because we haven't really showcased the ship in a while. And just because you own a Missouri doesn't mean you shouldn't own an Iowa. Also, they are two different ships with, different advantages. The Iowa is a much better AA, while the Missouri gets glorious radar and credit making. They are still both very fun ships to play. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. And in that note, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and have a great day.